Osprey makes some of the most popular backpacking packs out there, and today I'm reviewing the Exos Pro 55 pack. This pack, to be honest, has been one of the biggest disappointments out of any pack that I've ever reviewed, but that's not to say that this pack isn't for somebody out there. So today we're going to be going over everything that's good about this pack and everything that's bad about the pack so that you can make a decision for yourself. And at the end, I'm going to give you some recommendations for some alternatives to the Exos Pro 55 that work a lot better for me. So starting with what's good about the pack, the first thing is weight. This pack is very lightweight at 941 grams, advertised for the small medium, which is the size that I have right here. When I weigh it on my scale, I got 950 grams. So that's enough for margin of error in there. So very lightweight pack, under a kilogram. And for a lot of people, it's going to be hard to find a mainstream pack from a brand like Osprey or Gregory that weighs this little. But Osprey had to make some sacrifices in order to achieve that weight, and we'll be getting into those things when we talk about what's bad about the pack. Probably my favorite features about this pack have to do with the back. The first thing is that it has an adjustable torso, which is awesome. If you're trying to dial in the fit of a pack so that it's carrying weight really effectively, then an adjustable torso is going to help you get there. And it allows Osprey to only have two sizes, small, medium, and then large, extra large. And it's going to accommodate a lot of different sizes out there because you can adjust it by up to 5 inches. It uses this toggle ladder system in order to move the shoulder straps up and down the pack. And as you can see here, there's about 5 inches of adjustability, which is quite a bit. It's going to be able to accommodate a lot of different torso sizes out there. The other thing on the back that I really like is the ventilation. It has a trampoline style back, which Osprey has kind of become famous for. And I find that this trampoline style ventilated back is one of the most effective that I've ever used. Sometimes the mesh is not quite thick enough in order to provide good ventilation, but with the Exos Pro 55, it's nice, thick holes in there, and you can really feel the wind along your back. With a lot of trampoline back style packs like we have with the Exos Pro 55, the curve that they have to introduce into the pack can sometimes take away from interior volume and make it a little bit more difficult to pack. But I didn't find that to be the case with this pack, and it's actually very easy to pack and you don't really notice that curve at all. Those are the main good things about the pack. It has a bunch of other little features that I really like as well. For instance, in the brain, it has a little clip in order to attach your keys, and then it's a decent size as well. So 55 liters is going to accommodate most 3, 4, maybe even 5 days of backpacking. You're probably going to get a little bit tight with this pack if you're trying to get up to 7 days, especially as you're carrying a lot of food. But this pack is good for most people out there from a size perspective. The other good thing is the price. The Exos Pro 55 costs $290, which isn't cheap, but for a pack under 1 kilogram, you're getting into that ultralight realm and you're starting to pay a premium for that. So $290, especially since you can get Osprey packs on sale quite often, is a pretty good price. There's definitely less expensive packs out there, and the two recommendations I'm going to give at the end are packs that are around that 1 kilogram range, but quite a bit less expensive. Before we get into what's bad about the pack, I want to do a packwizard.com comparison. There's a couple packs that are similar in volume, weight, and price. The first one being the ULA Ohm, and then the second one being the Gossamer Gear Mariposa. They're both under a kilogram. They have around 50 to 55 liters of carrying capacity, and they're going to be in that $300 range. So if the Exos Pro 55 isn't quite the pack for you, but you want something that has all of those specs, then go check out those two packs. All of links in the video description. And if none of those options are good for you, then you can use PackWizard to sort different packs by weight, price, volume, carrying capacity, and a ton of different features in order to find the right pack for you. So what's bad about the Osprey Exos Pro 55? Let's start with something easy. Let's start with the hip belt pockets, because a lot of the time, brands can usually get these right. Hip belt pockets have been around for a very long time, and Osprey introduced a new type of hip belt pocket with the Exos Pro 55 where they have no zipper. It's just an elastic band that you can stick your hand into. It's just a little pocket. And at first I was like, okay, that might be cool. I can stick stuff in there. It's really easy to get it out. I don't have to be dealing with a zipper. If things actually fall out, I don't trust that at all. I would not keep anything in there, even garbage. Garbage would fall into the pocket as I was hiking, and luckily I noticed it and I was able to pick it up and then move it into the brain. But I've never really used this pocket for anything because I just don't trust it. The reason why they probably went with that is because the zippered pocket on the other side is terrible. You can't open and close it with one hand. It's a very tiny pocket, so you can't fit a lot in there. I can barely fit my phone, and not a lot of snacks. Definitely not enough snacks for the entire day. The other issue that I have with this pocket, other than the fact that, like I said, I can't open it and close it with one hand, is that I took this pack out in the rain and that pocket filled up with water. I had about an inch of standing water inside the pocket, and I had my phone in there, which is luckily waterproof, but if my phone wasn't waterproof, it would have ruined my phone, which is kind of crazy. Another issue that I have with the pocket system of this pack has to do with the side pockets as well as the front pocket on the back here. So with the side pockets, I was excited because they have side entry, and side entry pockets for me are one of my favorite ways in order to be able to easily access water bottles. You can stick the water bottle in vertically and then easily grab them out of the bag. There's a lot of packs like the Gregory Focal that have that system, and it works really well for me. But the issue with the Exos Pro is that the side compression straps go over the side pocket and make it so that you can't put a water bottle vertically in that pocket. So you have to be putting it in horizontal holster style, which basically means you can't put anything else inside this pocket. So instead of being able to put in my water bottle vertically and then maybe some tent poles or a tripod, maybe some Pringles, I can only put a water bottle in this pocket. And this holster system isn't my favorite because it sticks out quite a bit and is sometimes rubbing on my side and my elbow. I asked Osprey why they didn't have the option to put the straps underneath the side pocket, and they said that they've done that in the past and it confused people too much. I think that response is a little bit of a cop-out, and they should give both options for the side compression straps, because being able to put the water bottle in vertically through that side entry is one of the best ways in order to store water on a pack. The other issue has to do with the front pocket. First of all, it's not very big. There's not a lot of stretch to it. It has a solid material ripstop nylon panel here and then just a little bit of side stretchy material on the sides. But the issue is that they attached the compression straps to this front pocket. So if you're tightening down the compression straps because you don't have a lot of stuff inside the pack, then you lose a ton of volume out of this front pocket. So basically the side compression straps are kind of useless. They get in the way of a lot of the functionality of different features on this pack. And honestly, it was just a huge miss by Osprey. This next thing isn't a huge deal, but it's kind of an annoyance. And that's that you can remove the brain of the pack in order to save some weight. And Osprey provides this little flap here in order to protect the top of the pack. But this flap is always attached and kind of gets in the way of things, and it's just generally annoying. And I'm using the pack with the brain pretty much all of the time because this front pocket is kind of useless, so I'm storing most things in the brain. All the other issues that I have with this pack are on the back. The first thing being the adjustable torso. For me, it's worked really well, and I love this feature. But I've seen a lot of reviews out there saying that the toggles come out of the ladder system and then they completely lose one shoulder from the pack, and it's just not a good system. But maybe that's user error, I'm not sure, or there's some defects out there. But for me, the toggles have worked really well and haven't come out at all. But just keep that in mind, that you want to be testing that out and going for a walk around the block with some weight load in the pack to make sure that you're not going to have those toggles coming out when you're out on a trip. Another issue that I had is that the load lifters on the shoulder straps here loosen on me, especially the left one. The left one basically after 30 minutes is completely loose when I'm using it, which puts all of the weight onto my shoulders, which is not great because this pack already does not have great carrying capacity. It's advertised as having a carrying capacity up to 30 pounds, but I found that 30 pounds is no good, which I was very surprised about. I thought 30 pounds isn't that much. I thought the pack would probably be able to get up to 40 pounds, something like that, but 30 pounds was really painful. It didn't really transfer weight to the hips very well. And when the weight was transferred to the hips, it was kind of sagging on my back and just not that comfortable. When the lift loaders are working properly and I'm able to transfer the weight to my hips, I found that the pack carries about 25 pounds, reasonably comfortable. But to be really comfortable, you have to have 20 pounds, which is crazy. I have packs that don't have a hip belt that carry 25 pounds, 30 pounds more comfortably than the Exos Pro 55. That's a lot of cons for this pack so far, and there's one more, and that's durability. It uses 100 denier ripstop nylon for the material for the entire pack, and for the most part, it's a durable material, but I do have some abrasion on the bottom already, and I'm not sure that the bottom of the pack is going to be holding up to a lot of use. It would have been nice if Osprey had put a higher denier fabric on the bottom, maybe like 210, in order to reinforce that spot that just sees a lot of wear and tear. I could see myself only getting maybe 50, 60 days of use out of this pack, and I think the part that's going to fail first is this bottom. If the two Pack Wizard comparables aren't good options for you, then check out the Gregory Focal pack and the REI Flash 55. Both those packs weigh just over a kilogram, so they're a little bit more weight than the Osprey Pro 55, but they have a lot better features, they're more durable, and they're going to be able to carry up to 40 pounds no problem. If you want to see my review of the REI Flash 55, go check out this video right up here. I go over all the features that I use with that pack. I put hundreds of kilometers on that pack, and it's one of my favorites out there.